Okay, we're live for our second part in our aerial yoga play prenatal training. So now we're going to move on to some leg stretches and hip openers in our floating Buddha sequence. We're still playing high. We're going to bring the swings down nice and low and create a low flow for you as well. But let's go ahead and come back to our sumo, which is our number one seated position where we get in and out of the swing. So you're going to use your forearms to press it down, feet in the center of the mat. I like to hold on to the swing when I lean back for a little extra support. There you go. It's going to naturally slide up behind the heart, but we want it to hook the bottom of the wings. So we don't want it to go above our shoulder blades as a good marker. And then we're going to use our forearms to press in, slide to the front of the mat. We're going to heel toe wide to 10-2. And let's just go ahead and do the high version first, and then we're going to go back and do the low version, because this is particularly awesome to do while playing low. I practiced a little yesterday, and I actually liked it better. So we're going to do some variations for our pregnant friends to make them more comfortable. So the first thing we need to do is get the leg loop on. Let's start with the right leg loop, holding on with both hands. Now we're going to have to bend the knee out to the side and get the foot in there. If that's challenging, use your hand to help the foot and lift up. There you go. Because a lot of times people will have trouble lifting their leg after a certain number of weeks, right? So just get your foot in there whichever way you can while playing safe. And this is called our half Buddha sequence when we just do one leg. So let's actually just do one leg at a time, okay? Does this feel good so far? Again, if you ever need a break, I would just say hold on to the swing and give yourself a little lift, a little hop, or go ahead and press the swing down a little bit lower. But we're going to be engaged through the upper body and letting our hips drop and relax. So the upper body is going to hold our weight. We're going to make sure that we don't overstretch the joints by using our forearm press and really pressing in strongly. Okay, great. The first thing I like to do is I call it wag the tail. I'm just going to let my foot explore in the space. And this is a nice stretch through the hamstrings, all the way through the back of the leg, all the way up into the IT band and glute. Right, real simple. After I wag the tail and I feel like the back of the leg is starting to open, I'm going to bend the knee out to the side and give it a little hug. Now, you might not go too far here, right, especially because of the pressure under the arms. If it does feel like too much, you can just hold on with one hand as well. Okay? And then from here, what I'm going to do is keep holding on to the leg loop with my right hand. And then I'm going to bend the knee over and see if I can come up into a quad stretch. And you can even hold on a little bit higher with both hands and pull yourself up to stand. Hold on to the back leg loop with your hand. This is your anchors. Yeah, don't let go of that one. Okay. Yeah, and then come on up to stand. And then walk your foot forward and lower down. Can your knee point down towards the ground in the back? There you go. Yes, like that. Yeah. Pull yourself up. And then lower yourself down. So you're still holding your body weight with your arms, right? Mm-hmm. But then you get this amazing quad stretch. Keep the belly slightly engaged so you're not like tipping and pouring the weight over so the lower back isn't drooping. Does that make sense? Yep. Yeah. And that way you're getting even more quad stretch. So this is a great way to open up this part of the body all the way up into the hip flexor, which can be a little intense. And then after our last one, what we're going to do is slowly come to stand. You just let the toes point towards the sky. There you go. And then we can transition into second side. So if floating and doing both legs to begin with doesn't feel awesome, just do one leg at a time for this sequence. Let's start in the center of the mat, pushing the swing down nice and low. Third forearms, holding on to lean back. Then once we have tension on the swing. Once we get into a good position, we can slide our feet forward, heel toe wide, sitting in a chair to 10-2. Sumo is our go-to. And we're going to do some real gentle stretches here and strengthening at the same time when we lift our leg. Let's just try it. Now, all we want to do is be able to lift our own body weight, right? So we're going to try picking the knee up and then putting the knee back down. So we use both hands, pick the knee up, and then put the knee back down. And so Serena's doing it perfectly, where you'll notice that you have to kind of get the knee out to the side in order to get the foot in there. And that's what we're practicing. This is our gentle,
especially when you've got a big belly.
Yeah, especially when somebody's in there. So then if you can, use your hand if you need, but that's our gentle core strengthening that we can do with the swing. Just to get the leg loops on, we want to be able to lift our own body weight. If at any time you need to support your weight with your arms, you can always hold on to the swing. I call this wagging the tail, where we let the foot just explore in the space. You can even give it a little hop and come up whenever you need, which is also, after doing like 100 bicep curls, you're going to have really good upper body strength. So open up the back of the leg. So I'm planting my right foot firmly into the ground, still in a half sumo, and then my left foot can explore in the space. So we're going to go through just the pigeon pose, where we turn the knee out to the side and we hug the leg loop towards us. Maybe you just hold on with one hand, or if you can try for both hands, whatever you can grab. This is a great stretch. Oh my God, so amazing. You can try pulling the knee up and then pushing the knee down, having a little wiggle in the hips. There you go. See how that feels. So the toes are coming towards the heart. So be really gentle with it. You don't have to go super deep to get a great stretch here. And then we're going to stay holding onto the leg loop with our left hand. Our right hand can grab for the swing. We're going to turn it over. And once we turn it over, slide the hands up even higher, holding onto the leg loop. And then point the knee down towards the ground. You can kind of pull yourself up to a bicep curl, and then go ahead and let yourself expand. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down just as far as it feels good. Keep the belly just slightly engaged so the lower back doesn't droop. There you go. Inhale, lift. And lower. Is that feeling good, Serena?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Feeling good. Feeling good in my quads.
Yeah, the quads, man. It's hard to get into this part of the body and get a good stretch. So once you come to stand, just point your toes towards the sky, Serena, and then, So you keep your knee pointing down towards the ground and toes point up, and then it should pop off. You can always use your hand if you need to, but usually keeping the foot flexed keeps the leg loop on, and then as soon as we point the toes towards the sky, it'll pop off. Awesome. So that's a half Buddha sequence. We just decided to do that first, just the one leg at a time. And then we're going to come back into the full floating Buddha. And we're going to go through this sequence a little bit faster so we can do the low flying position. And then you get to tell me which one you like better. Okay? But let's at least try it the traditional way that I've been teaching it. And then let's try the prenatal way, where we're allowing, especially when we get later on into the pregnancy, I think being closer to the ground and supporting the weight is going to be really helpful. If these start to bop, you can we can wrap them around your wrists and then hold on to the swing too, so they're kind of out of the way, which is nice with the strong winds. We're over here in Hawaii at the Healing Sanctuary on Maui, outside practicing this gorgeous weather, but the wind just started picking up. So yeah, I could just get the leg loops out of the way by putting them on my arms. So from our sumo squat, we're going to go ahead and grab the right leg loop with both hands. Let's try our gentle core strengtheners, right? We just pick the knee up and slightly out to the side so that we can lift our foot up and get it in there. So let's just do 5 of those if that feels good. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, lower. If that is too much, you can just use your hand holding onto the foot and get it in there. Just see what feels good, but don't be afraid to give yourself a little hand here and there, a little helping hand when you need. Now we're going to try floating, okay? So it's going to be a lot of pressure under the arms. Keep the arms nice and engaged, but get both leg loops on. There you go. We can always bring the leg loops up and down too, but that looks like a good height. How's that feel?
Okay.
Awesome. So it's the same thing. If you need to hold on to the swing and give it a little hop in order to take pressure off the upper body, if you're feeling tender or sensitive, then that's an option. The other option is to use your chilaxin arms. Support your head with your hands, and you can gently rock from side to side. I call it windshield wipers. There you go. So in windshield wipers, we're keeping the legs straight. We're pressing one foot down, and then the other foot down, And then we can gently rock them side to side. So yeah, hips heavy, heart open, head relaxed. All of our back bends are initiated from the upper thoracic spine. So the lower back stays long and happy. So it's discouraged to do a lot of back bends from the lumbar spine, especially later on in pregnancy. But from my perspective, the lower back is able to stay neutral in a lot of these poses, which I think was the major concern about coming into poses like wheel or bow from the articles that we read. But we're gonna let Serena give us some feedback and let us know how she does. Obviously, your body is unique. Everybody is unique, and so you have to really listen to your inner guidance.
Yeah, this feels fantastic on the back.
Yeah.
I think it's just the deep, like you said, like the arching wheels, where you're really pushing baby out. But here, you're not pushing baby out at all. Baby is actually in and supported.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. So let's come to neutral. So we can do the same thing here where we're going to go into our pigeon pose. We're going to bend the right knee out to the side, and we're going to go ahead and hold on. I'm going to climb up. So we're lifting a little bit more than usual to keep that engagement with the upper body. Yeah, so lift with the upper body and then lower. That's it. Lift and lower. So I do that variation when we really want to make sure, like a lot of the articles were suggesting to not overstretch or collapse in these poses. Plus, you're going to get that amazing upper body strength from the practice. And then whenever that's too much, go ahead and shake it out. I call it a superstar. Shake, shake, shake. You can always support the head with the hands again. Take a pause to neutralize the spine. And we're going to inhale, open the arms. Exhale, bend the right knee in. Grab for the leg loop as high as you can. And then let's go ahead and bicep curl and lift. And then lower with the breath. Inhale, lift. And lower. This is a good pace. You feeling good? Inhale. Like we were saying in our last video, we want to stay about half of our normal pace. So we don't want to max out where we lose the breath. So try to marry the movement and the breath together. Inhale, lift. And lower. And then release. Shake it out. Superstar. Shake, shake, shake. Now we're just going to go through a half flow here. We're going to come back to swing bata. But I wanted to show you that from our wide straddle, we're going to go into just a gentle supported back bend with the upper thoracic spine. Using your chilaxin arms, the interlaced fingers, is a good alternative if it feels too much on your neck. And then when we're ready for our next pose, it's called Namaste. We're going to bring our hands to prayer in front of the heart. Squeeze the legs together and push the hips up towards the sky and lean back. Now, this is the only pose I was wondering if you feel like this is too much. Does that feel okay on the body? Yeah. Great. So we're really pressing our sit bones up towards the sky. So again, lower back is long. Inversion is coming from the upper thoracic. And then if it feels more comfortable than Namaste with the weight on the forearms, you can reach up and hold on to the swing. Really good. Is toes touching okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because it's not bending.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm long.
Yeah, exactly. So we can inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower, come to sit. Let's just do a few rounds like that. Holding on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Should feel really good on the neck and shoulders. Inhale, lift. This is our variation of our vinyasa flow. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Let's come to neutral. Chillaxin arms. Bend both knees. Feet together. Swing bata. Happy feet. So we're going to glue our feet together. I call this a double diamond, where we have a diamond with the arms and a diamond with the legs, and this would be the more like restorative position. If you want to do a more active position, we're going to reach for our knees. We always hug the swing, so arms always stay around the swing. And then slide up the leg loops as high as you can, but keep your feet glued together. Yeah, that's it. Now push the hips up towards the sky and lean back. See if that feels good. It's kind of like Namaste, just a little bit more challenging. So we can do the same thing. We can exhale, drop the hips. And then inhale, lift the hips, holding on strongly, straight arms. Arch from the upper back. Exhale, drop the hips. Good. Inhale, lift. So So it's kind of like we reversed our cat-cow, but we're really letting our body move from the upper spine. Inhale, lift. Yeah, that looks great. Some exhale, dropping. Just go about halfway if you're not sure. And then we can do that same variation, but with legs straight. Now this is called wow. And it is really challenging. Just let go for a minute. Well, you already did. And shake it out. Most people do. Okay, we're getting in. So
it helps to like to lift up.
Huh?
It helps to do that. And adjust.
Yeah, the hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hop and take pressure off the upper back whenever you need. Trust me, when we do the other variation with this on the floor, you're going to be like, oh, it's amazing. Okay, so one more time, we're going to bend the knees, reach for the leg loops as high as you can, and then if it feels good, we're going to bicep curl and lift here to get the upper body strength. So wide straddle lift. I know.
You're stronger than me.
They're hard. Just do as many as it feels good. Yeah, and then if you want to do... And then if you want to do wow, it's like flying monkey, but with straight legs, we're going to lift and lower. Yeah. Lift and pull and lower. I know, don't go too far. It's really strong on the arms. Lift and lower. Okay, shake it out, shake it out, shake, shake, shake. That is the end of that sequence. Really good. Let's end with some windshield wipers. Nice and easy. It's a lot of upper body strength. A lot of work with the hands. We're going to go ahead and index this video for you so you have a separate sequence that you can do if you just want to do the low flow and you don't feel like watching all this to get to the one where we bring the swing down. So we're going to be right back with you in a moment. Let's go ahead and get you out of the swing nice and easy. So we keep our arms around, hugging always, and we're going to reach for one leg loop at a time. Return that foot back down to the ground, little core engagement there. Be really gentle. Make sure both feet are out before we try to come to stand. You'd be surprised how many people try to stand up with one leg in there. Hold on to the swing and just back up. And you're going to like feel this sweet relief, all this pressure off the back body. And that was our floating Buddha sequence. So we will be right back to show you the low flow.